game is being played under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators conduct an orderly sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Everybody is responsible for keeping this game at a high level of sportsmanship. Thank you.
Welcome to Woodbury High School, everybody. My name is Rob Reitz, principal at Edgewood Middle School, and I'm very excited to be bringing you Mounds football live again from Woodbury High School on a chilly, somewhat windy evening. Joining me tonight, as always, is Taylor Swanson, Dean at Chippewa Middle School, and junior Mounds student James Adams. Tonight, we're going to bring you a great 6A Week 3 football game featuring your Mounds Mustangs versus the Woodbury Royals. The Mounds Mustangs, as you know, are 2-0 on the young season, having beaten both Burnsville and White Bear Lake. This will be their biggest challenge of the season thus far. And as much love and respect as I have for the Mustangs, this maybe is not Woodbury's biggest challenge of the season, as they have had a rough start facing two of the top two teams in the state of Minnesota, Lakeville North and Eden Prairie. More from James in a minute on the start to Woodbury's season. Tonight we want to take a little bit of time to honor the starters on both the offensive and defensive side of the football, to discuss our starters on offense. Here's Mr. Taylor Swanson.
Yes, welcome everybody. This is Taylor Swanson, tuning back in, excited for this Mustangs Friday night over here at Woodbury. Our offensive starting lineup tonight, back to really our regular starting lineup, led by our senior quarterback, Cole Stenstrom, who's put together back-to-back quality weeks in our last two home games to lead the Mustangs to a 2-0 record. Starting at running back, we have Brian Sevitt, number 7, starting all 3 games this year, doing a tremendous job. Very dynamic back. Then we have our talented wide receivers, Tate Lahr, Jack Raber, and Colin Hoydia, who have put together an electrifying couple of games. Not only being able to stretch the field deep, but really side to side on their crossing patterns have done a tremendous job. Going then to the offensive line, we have Elliot Lee, Jed Lang, Bill Catola, Grady Sheartz, Brock Nelson, and cannot forget our starting tight end, Drew Lindgren, who plays a big role not only in the blocking game, but is able to bounce out to the flats multiple times in play action and on the rollouts from Stenstrom. James, can you tune in a little bit more about Woodbury and who they faced so far this season?
Yeah, like Rob said, Woodbury is a very good football team. Last year they finished with a 10-2 record, being one of the most dynamic two-way teams in the state. They've had a really difficult schedule the first 2 weeks, playing the two top teams in the state in Lakeville North as well as Eden Prairie. This 0-2 record is not an indication of how good this football team really is. Mounds, it might not be their biggest challenge, and it would not be a shocker if Woodbury ends up winning the rest of their games this season.
Excited now to introduce the Mounds defensive starters for this evening's game. At one end, we have senior number 52, A.J. Hunt. He's had a solid start to his senior season. Big-time tackles at and behind the line of scrimmage for Mr. A.J. Hunt. That nothing new for him, as he was commonly making big-time plays behind the line of scrimmage last year. At nose, senior number 51, A.J. Brown. At the other end, senior Amin Mustafik, number 55. Our two outside linebackers are junior number 44, Cole Sandahl, and junior number 43, Drew Lindgren. At inside linebacker, a couple of seniors, number 34, Nate Rewald, had a huge game against Burnsville. And our other inside linebacker, senior number 21, Brendan Dunnigan. At cornerback, senior number 23, Jake Radabaugh. At the other cornerback, senior number 2, Tommy Woltz. Our free safety is senior number 20, Ben Kettlehut. Kettlehut also a standout safety, a number of big-time interceptions last year. And at strong safety, a two-way player, senior number 10, Mateo Cisneros, another dynamic component of this Mounds Mustang defense. They will need to be dynamic this evening against a very difficult and studly Woodbury offensive squad. We're going to pause for the national anthem. We'll be with you in a moment. a Minnesota State High School League football field.
Thank you, Woodbury Junior ROTC. What do you think about the University football? Are you excited for football?
Taylor, we talked a little bit about the rough start for the Woodbury Royals. Off to an 0-2 start, just 2 touchdowns on the young season. But this team couldn't have picked a harder schedule to start their 2019 campaign. Lakeville North, the defending state champion, and Eden Prairie, the runner-up.
Yes. Seen a few coaches before the game. They talked about how, you know what, they wanted to take on the challenge. They wanted to start their season taking on some of the best competition in the state, and they did, really playing the top 2 teams that we've seen so far across the metro and taking 2 losses. But it is nothing that an 0-2 record will not describe the great talent that Woodbury has. And I think we're going to be able to see a lot of that tonight, not only from their starting quarterback, number 7, Jake Wenzel, but in the backfield as well. They're going to have plenty of talent that's going to come through. I'm excited to see how Woodbury plays out, coming back to a game that's going to have a little more of an equal competition in a conference game as well, as they're going to kick into their conference season.
I expect to see Mounds to try and establish a strong run game tonight, but I also anticipate that it's going to be critical for them to make big plays through the air. They're going to have to get their wide receivers on the outside the football, and there are a number of very talented wide receivers on this team. James, who are you looking to for a big game through the air tonight?
For Mounds View, I believe Tate Lauer's going to have a big game. He got targeted a lot last week, especially on deep throws that were not connected. I expect Cole to have a more accurate game, especially in the first half, which he did not have last week. So I'm excited to see what our team is going to do today.
It is a windy night, but if Raber and Hoytia get loose, it's going to be a very long game for the Woodbury Royals, who are returning the kick here up at the right-hand side all the way up to the 30-yard line. The Woodbury Royals will start with pretty good field position to start the game here. 11:53 just underway here in the first quarter. Mousie's offense will take the field for its first series versus the Mustang defense.
I bet Woodbury's going to come with a lot of aggressiveness right out of the gate. They've really struggled offensively the first 2 weeks, only scoring a touchdown each game. So let's see what happens.
Looks like trips to Wenzel's right with a single wide receiver right. He fakes the handoff and goes right over tackle. Looked like a stretch play where he was reading maybe an inside linebacker. It's going to be a gain of about 2 yards. He's 2nd and 8 from the 32-yard line. That tackle made by A.J. Hunt, his first of the game and likely the first of many tackles for the senior. Wenzel just able to make an arm, break a tackle on an arm tackle there to get the 2-yard gain. He's now under center, out of the eye. He's going to hand off on an ISO play. That too is going to be stopped after about a 2-yard gain. Woodbury's going to face their first 3rd down, likely a 3rd down and 6 from the 35-yard line.
Similar to Burnsville and White Bear Lake, Woodbury has an approach to run the ball first, so if we close that out, sort of like the first 2 games, it closes out a lot of options for them to get an offensive game going.
So perhaps a passing down here. Woodbury has twins, double twins actually. They do have twins to the boundary with an offset eye to Wenzel's right. We have motion. It's going to be a fake stretch play. Wenzel is out to the right. He's going to be tackled there by number 44, Cole Sandahl. That is well shy of the first down. And so this first offensive series for Woodbury is going to culminate in a punt. I already see Mateo Cisneros walking back beyond the 40-yard line to receive this punt.
You know, what a great first series by the Mounds View defense, coming out here on the road against a very difficult opponents, and exactly what Coach Moberg could ask for. A quick 3 and out and a chance for the offense to come out and put some points on the board.
Punt team for Woodbury. Punt is high and good. It's going to cause a fair catch from Cisneros at about the 37-yard line. So Mounds even better field position than Woodbury had, despite a strong return from the Royals. They will start there, 1st and 10, Will Stenstrom and company. Again, it is a windy night. The Mustangs are headed directly into that wind on this drive.
I couldn't describe how huge it would be for Mounds to get off quickly. Woodbury is a very good defense, and they're a really good football team, so getting off on the right foot would be a great thing for Mounds.
So empty backfield trips to Stenstrom's right. We already have a flag. It was Hoytia and Tebbett out to Stenstrom's left. Tebbett was in motion.
Offside, number 8, defense, 5-yard
That penalty is going to go against the Woodbury Royals. That'll make this start to Moundsview's offensive series just a little bit easier as they start 1st and 5 now from the 41-yard line. Again, they are empty. Tebbett and Hoytie to the right. Tebbett in motion now. He's going to take it on a jet sweep all the way out to the right. He's got a little bit of room, but difficult to make the corner on a fast defense like this. We run laterally. Nothing wrong with that earlier in the game. We've talked about that before. One of the philosophical ways in which you approach offense is to tire out your defensive line. So not a huge gain there, but didn't need a whole lot. It's just 2nd and 5 now after that penalty. So again, we are empty. Trips to Stenstrom's left. Twins to the boundary. Out of shotgun is Stenstrom. One step up. He's going to hit Tebbett. Tebbett's going to fumble the ball right at midfield. It's going to go to the 45-yard line. The Royals are going to recover it there. Really tough break for the Royals. Tebbett had just made the catch. He was tucking it away. He got hit right in the arms where he was tucking the football away. And a swarm of Woodbury Royals right on top of the ball at their 45-yard line. So they are going to cause the first turnover and a big momentum changer for the Royals.
The last thing Mounds wants to do against a powerhouse is to turn the ball over early. Mounds, if they don't get off the right foot on defense, this could be a very long night against a very talented team.
Spread offense here, double twins again. It's going to be a stretch, a short run. Tackled by Cole Sandahl. Just 1 yard gain. Be 1st and 9 from the 46-yard line. Again, that looked like inside zone for the Royals. So a very similar run game. The Royals and Mustangs, both primarily running inside-outside zone. You saw last series the Royals had an ISO play, which is essentially out of an I formation or offset I formation. You have a fullback lead up and isolate a block on the linebacker, and the tailback leads through the hole after that block. So we've got twins to the right, single receiver left. It's going to be a handoff here again on zone. It's going to stretch to the outside, and this is going to be a big run here as Woodbury exploits the hole. That's Brock Reinhardt, a 5'9 senior, 182 pounds, and lots of speed. He makes one cut to the outside, and he got loose for a big gainer up to about the 32-yard line.
Reinhardt was tackled by number 2, Tommy Rowe.
Pretty nice run play there, James.
Oh yeah, of course. Woodbury's doing exactly what they want, starting it off with a turnover, then a big run. Mounds, if they don't get this stopped, this could be a very long night, as I said earlier.
Out of the spread, double twins again. Motion here. This Reinhardt, who just had that nice big run, it's going to be an option play up to the 30-yard line. Just a 2-yard gain. I like seeing a little bit of the option mixed in on a spread team. Nice pitch there, good read, but nice reaction by the Mustangs Clearly they're prepared to expect that option play. So it looks like Reinhardt is going to be a featured back at 2 carries in a row. Woodbury now out trips to the field side. They're going to hand off here on an inside zone play. That's going to be tackled right away. Looked like Cole Sandall and A.J. Hunt, even Nate Rewald in the backfield almost immediately for the Mustangs. So another third down here. This one 3rd and 8 for the Royals. Really just one big play. That's all they've gotten on offense. It's been a lot of 2-yard gains in the run game for the Royals.
Sometimes try and chop it right off, getting the defense tired is exactly what you want because it opens up opportunities for really big plays. As we saw earlier, since there was a big 20-yard gain just a few plays back, Mounds has to just remain focused and they'll prevent them from doing anything significant.
Wenzel under center, twins to both the field and boundary, but it looks like Woodbury's going to call a timeout here. Maybe didn't love the play call versus the way Moundsview set up against it. So with 6:17 here, just underway in the first quarter, we are scoreless. This Woodbury's second possession. They take over after a Moundsview fumble on what had been a beautiful play setup. Out of empty, the Mustangs threw a one-step drop seam route to Brian Tebbett as he caught it and sought to tuck the football away, secure the football as he is taught to do. He was leveled and that ball came loose, and it was only Woodbury Royals anywhere near it at the 45-yard line. They've moved the ball 15 yards, but now face a 3rd and 8. Looks like this timeout has concluded. Be interesting to see what Woodbury comes out in here. They do have the wind at their back. They look to be in a double tight I formation. Just single wide receivers to Wenzel's left and right. He's going to fake the handoff here, and he is looking to throw deep down the seam. That's going to be picked off. That is Mateo Cisneros picking it off at the 10-yard line. He's got room all the way up to about the 30. He made the corner. He's up to the 35, up to the 38-yard line. It's Mateo Cisneros playing center field, reading the quarterback eyes. An interesting play call. Just 2 wide receivers on the field. They fake it. They throw a seam route. Nowhere for the safety to go but to the middle of the field to pick that ball off. And Mateo Cisneros, he is better than that play call, and he returns it all the way up to the 38-yard line.
Way to give Woodbury a taste of their own medicine, retaliating with their own turnover. As I said, football is a momentum-based sport, and Mounds has a really good opportunity to start off on the right foot, which they failed to do the first possession.
All right. Let's go. That was a great play. That is exactly a drill that they practice all the time, really to start individual practice on defense. Tebbett now in motion with trips to Stenstrom's left. Another motion as Tebbett comes to receive the handoff. It's going to be an inside zone play, and he's all the way up beyond the 42-yard line is Brian Tebbett. That going to be about a 4-yard gain for Tebbett. Nice big hole there opened up by the offensive line. Tebbett finds a crease, presses the line of scrimmage, makes one cut. And he's got a 4-yard gain. It would be 2nd and 6 from the 42-yard line. Moundsview again starts in empty, trips to Stenstrom's left. Out of the gun, he's going to run a quarterback draw. He just misses the hole. It is going to go for a loss of 2. Had Stenstrom found that crease a little bit sooner, that would have been a great play call and a nice big gainer for the Mustangs. So Moundsview, clearly they are looking to spread this Royal defense out, James, wanting to take advantage of some seams up the middle as the receivers run off these defensive backs. Trips again to Stenstrom's left, twins to the boundary. Out of gun, Stenstrom has a 3-step drop. He looks, doesn't find a receiver. He tucks the football away. Very dangerous ball security there as it looked as though he was almost stripped by Woodbury. That's going to go for a sack and another tackle for loss for the Royals.
If this game's going to come down to turnovers, Woodbury's going to take that every single time. They're able to get, you can argue that Woodbury might be the more talented team than Mounds View, and if they get the turnover battle, it's going to be really difficult for Mounds View to get revenge in this game.
So Royals playing man-free, it looks like, against this Mustang passing offense. And it has proven to be effective. Here is a snap and punt. It's a low line drive punt, which last week we saw could be trouble for a return, but it's going to take a Mounds View bounce as Nate Rewald lets it go, and Mateo Cisneros downs the punt just inside the 20-yard line. Looks like it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 18 for the Royals. This their 3rd series on offense. Really, again, just one big play for the Royals. They've had a whole heck of a lot of 2-yard gainers, but not able to convert. Just the one time on one first down that they've been able to get this evening. 3:58 remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Woodbury double twins, and that is going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage again. Maybe no gain. They fake an inside handoff, and Wenzel stretches it out to the left-hand side. It looked like number 43. For the Mustangs made the tackle. Again, that's Drew Lindgren. It did go for 1-yard gain. Got double twins again. It's a bunch to the boundary side with an offset eye to the right. We got a rollout here by Wenzel. He's going to hit a quick flare out upfield for a first down. It's number 17, Cole Heather. He's a 6-foot, 170-pound junior wide receiver. So a nice little flare route there into the flat to convert on first down here. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line.
It's so funny, like the first 3 games this year, Mounds View and the opposing team has started quite slow. And if history repeats itself, Mounds View might have a chance to win this game.
Trips now to Wenzel's right. He's going to fake the handoff here. He's going to head upfield. He's got a seam. Nice blocking by Woodbury. And this is going to be a big gainer all the way from the 29-yard line up to Mounds View's 41-yard line. Check that, Mounds View's 37-yard line.
What a run by Woodbury's quarterback Charlie Wilson, exploiting the holes Mounds View gave him. And Mounds View can't give him those holes every play, but it doesn't matter because it looks like there's a flag.
Yeah, a holding penalty. So you figured with a hole that big, something had to be illegal about it. And indeed it was. It was a holding penalty on number 52, Mason Barros, a senior offensive lineman for the Royals. That's going to back them up pretty significantly.
I was just about to say, that was like too good to be true for Woodbury. Like he had like the whole countryside for him, and now Mounds View has a chance to close this drive.
So Woodbury, a little trickery playing a couple quarterbacks here. Trickery for me anyway. That was Charlie Wilson on the carry, not Josh Wenzel. Looks like this is Wenzel under center now. Twins to his left. A hand off up the middle here. Looked like another zone play. Woodbury fighting for additional yards. They almost appear to be back to the original line of scrimmage. That was a 2nd and 18 play, and it looked like they gained about 9 yards. It would be 3rd and 11 from the 29-yard line. So Wilson checks back in for Woodbury. Wilson has a slot to his left with two twin wide receivers and a single eye to his right. He's going to hand off here to number 5, Brock Reinhardt, who had a nice run earlier. He's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Ben Kettlehut coming up strong from the safety position to fill the hole and maintain the edge. Nothing doing on a cutback for Reinhardt, and that's going to put the Woodbury Royals in a difficult situation here. 3rd and 9 from the 30-yard line. Pass here from Charlie Wilson as he is dancing around the 30-yard line. That's going to be tipped and intercepted! Tipped by Drew Lindgren. Intercepted by Mounds View number 21, Brendan Dunnigan. A flag down on the play. It's going to be a holding penalty against number 75 of the Woodbury Royals. That penalty is going to be declined. It'll be 4th down. Well, it appeared to be an interception on a tipped pass. Hard to see on the bottom of our screen here. Dunnigan definitely selling it. Yes, it was. I tell you what, sometimes you think it's me that's confused, but really, it was the announcer.
We're all human.
Correct. That was an interception. Great job. Dunnigan with a huge pick off a Drew Lindgren tipped pass. And Mounds View's second turnover is going to give them the ball here, 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Again, Mounds View stretches out Woodbury. They look again like they're going to be in man-free. Trips to Stenstrom's left. Twins to the boundary. Stenstrom takes a 3-step drop. He's going to throw a fade to the right. That's going to be caught. That's going to be all the way out for a touchdown! Number 33, Jack Raber. Who else? A corner route to Rayburn, a perfect pass from Stenstrom. Touchdown, Mounds View. Big play after a turnover. And with 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Mounds View takes a 6-0 lead.
You know, when you talk about one X factor week in and week out, you always have to keep eyes on Jack Raber. As we talked about his ability in track and field, his ability on the football field. When he gets a little bit of space on the edge, he could go all the way at any time in the game.
The extra point pending here. It is up. A low line drive kick, but that counts too. And the Mustangs take a 7-0 lead on the road as the first quarter just about over here. That a huge play for the Mustangs. Great setup again. That out of empty, 5 wide receivers. Very well designed and well schemed. A great play call from Coach Elkinen.
100%. You also especially have to exploit the turnovers when you're playing a team as good as Woodbury because they don't tend to mess up very often. So when they do, you got to capitalize on that. A great job by Mounds View getting the second turnover of the game for them and then coming in scoring right away, setting the momentum for this game.
I thought based on watching these two teams last year that Mounds View was going to have to make some big plays through the air. The run game may not be there given how stout and athletic this Woodbury defense is. It's wonderful to see Mounds View make the kind of strategic adjustments year to year against what was a 10-2 Woodbury team last year. They did not lose very many athletes, did Woodbury. They lost some elite players on the offense and defensive line, and they replaced some wide receivers. But really beyond that, this is the same Woodbury team that went 10-2 and was upset rather stunningly by Lakeville South in the playoffs last year. Here is Mounds View's kickoff. That's going to bounce on the 5-yard line and be in the end zone, and that a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Royals from the 20-yard line. right, Wenzel in at quarterback for the Royals. Heather in motion here. Looks like a late substitution, number 28, Deshaun Hoyer, a junior wide receiver. Lines up in the slot. Fake handoff here and a quick bubble screen. Not sure if that was a run pass option, but Wenzel lays it out on a bubble screen, and it is immediately snuffed out. It looked like Wolt or Kettlehut up on the tackle. Missed the number there.
That was Kettlehut.
Kettlehut. Man, that kid's a stud. He's so fun to watch.
Gosh, that looked like Xavier Rhodes right there, just coming out of nowhere just to knock it out, not allowing him to have a chance to secure the ball. What a play by Kettlehut.
Wenzel remains in at quarterback, trips to the field side to his right. One step drop on a slant route that was definitely not open. Great coverage there by Radabaugh. He stepped right in, and that ball was overthrown. Otherwise, it would have been another Mustang turnover.
Let me tell you, if Moundsview had 3 turnovers in the first quarter against a team as talented as Woodbury, how huge would that be for Moundsview's confidence? I just can't even imagine. Great defense thus far.
Looks like Woodbury's sticking a little more with Wenzel at quarterback. The chess game continues here as they try to figure out this 3-4 Mustang defense. The double twins. Looks like we're going to have a second Woodbury timeout. You know, I spoke as though this first quarter was just about over, but my gosh, only 9 seconds have run off the clock. It's 3rd and 10. So 2 plays for Woodbury in just 9 seconds, and they are backed up. Mustangs could actually receive the football before the end of the 3rd quarter if they get a stop here. Almost feels like this entire game has been played deep in Woodbury territory, whether it be because of turnovers in Moundsview driving or Woodbury's inability to move the football. Again, they really just have the 1 first down, if I'm not mistaken, on a really nice run play, that by number 5, Brock Reinhardt. But other than that, Woodbury struggled to move the ball. They've inched forward at about 2 yards at a time. They've thrown some incomplete passes and some passes that maybe are a little bit dangerous, just given the fact that they've already turned the football over. Got motion here to trips to the quarterback's left. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to move the ball upfield. That'll keep the clock running. It's going to be 4th down and 10. Apologize for the menu of the camera coming over on our stream. Our memory card on our camera is full, and so we're going to have to put up with a little bit of advertisements for our HD Canon camera. So that'll do it for the first quarter. Really a quarter that you would have to give the edge to the Moundsview Mustangs. Certainly the scoreboard would. They're up 7-0. A Jack Raber touchdown, the difference in this football game. Really a beautiful throw caught right in stride. Raber running a corner route, caught it at about the 15-yard line, and he easily outran the Royal defenders to the end zone. Mustangs, of course, converted the extra point to go up 7-0. They are now poised to get the football back, and they will have the wind in this second quarter. Mateo Cisneros deep to receive the punt. He is on about the 44-yard line. High snap. Really great punt. This is going to land at about the 38-yard line. Bounce out of bounds right around the 38-yard line. Check that. Landed at about the 48-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 38 for the Mustangs.
chain game tonight. Bruce Soma, Mark Harkness, Lisa Dasky, Wally Baumgarten, and Steve Greenwood. Thank you, guys.
Stenstrom in the shotgun with trips to the boundary. He takes a one-step drop. He's got a receiver to the right. Look to be number 6. Mason Dean, incomplete. Kind of a dangerous throw there into traffic. He's 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs with 11:47 remaining here in the second quarter. Coach is signaling the play from the sideline. It'll be trips to Stenstrom's left. Tebbett in motion. Out of the pistol, high snap, Stenstrom, athletic catch. And Tebbett gonna break a tackle just to make something out of almost nothing. So a short gainer there. That's gonna be 3rd down now for the Mustangs. Likely a 3rd and 9 from the 40-yard line.
It's quite insane. If they made that tackle right there, that would have closed so many opportunities. Even gaining those 2-3 yards could be huge for Mounds, opening up those maybe 3rd and medium, 3rd and long plays. So we'll see what happens this play.
Trips again to the field side to Stenstrom's left. Tebbett behind him. A 3-step drop here. It's going to be a screen pass to Tebbett. He's got a lot of room. He's up past the 50-yard line to the 40-yard line. Up to about the 38-yard line goes Tebbett. An easy 1st down and another great play call for Coach Alkinen. Nobody home on that screen pass as Woodbury chases Stenstrom looking for a sack. And instead they give up a big 1st down to this Mustang offense. Trips again to the field side. Tebbett in motion. They clearly like that empty look to see where Woodbury's lining up. It's going to be a handoff here to Tebbett as he stretches to the right. Woodbury going to stretch that all the way out. They are not giving up leverage to the outside, which is exactly what they are coached to do. Get everything to work back to the middle of the field. So nothing doing there on the ground for the Mustangs. The 2nd and 11 from the 40-yard line. Clock rolling here in the second quarter. 10-12 remaining in the first half. Mounds you up 7-0 on a Jack Raber touchdown. Stenstrom in the gun, twins to his right, twins to his left. He's going to take a 1-step drop. He's looking deep. He's going to roll to the right. He finds a wide receiver.
Wow.
Not sure what the call here is. Looked like a bit of a dangerous pass as it was late to the deep flat. It is going to be complete up to the 31-yard line. Did you catch the number on that, James?
No, I didn't. But what a dime.
Mason Dean with the reception.
What a dime by Cole right there. There was a great chance that would have gotten intercepted, but that was super accurate. He's looking way better this half than he did last week, which is huge against such a talented team.
Out of empty again. This is a quarterback draw once again. The second time they've run that, and the second time they've run it for almost no gain. That's going to bring up a 4th down here. Stenstrom, nothing doing on that draw play. Clearly, Moundsy likes the notion of stretching this Woodbury defense out. Rarely have they started or initiated their play with a running back in the backfield. It's always something that they are motioning to. They've got twins to Stenstrom's right to the boundary and trips to his left. And that's going to be a 1st down off the second offsides penalty. Woodbury started the game with with a defensive offside call. And this one looms much bigger as on 4th and 3. The Mustangs are going to convert a 1st down because of a Mustang penalty. A Royals penalty.
A very underrated factor thus far this game is we haven't gotten the student section very into it. Quiet so far here in Woodbury. I hear the Mounds be a lot more, and there's way less kids there, and then the entire side of the field from where we're at. So, huge factor for Mounds View.
Out of gun again. Oh, a high snap. Stenstrom's going to catch it and run out to his right. This is a broken play on 1st and 10 from the 26. The Mounds Mustangs going to lose a couple yards. Clock still running. 8:40 remaining here in the second quarter. shout out to my homies in Duluth. These are my peeps that I went to college with. I sent them the link to the stream, and they are watching Mustang football from the comfort of their upscale homes. Quite successful crew are my UMD friends. Also want to give a shout out to the freshman moms selling concessions here tonight at Woodbury. They're a fun little group. Swanson and I were able to meet earlier. Another high snap. Stenstrom, one step drop, hits a slant route. A tough tackle there. That's going to be Jack Raber on the reception.
I should have said Jack Raber earlier in the game. I was thinking about him for sure. As I tell you, we got a lot more targets, but he's gotten a lot going with that huge touchdown. He's had quite a few targets. It's been a really good game for him for the second consecutive game. Really.
We're going to measure this. Looked like Raber was hit and dropped just shy of the first down.
I think that's what it's going to be.
It's either 1st and 10 or 3rd and 1. Just inches away is Mounds View from converting this first down. Plenty of time here remaining. Mounds View now all the way up to the 17-yard line. Again, a really big key to this drive is the fact that it is rather windy and the wind is at the Mustangs' back. Now, they were able to throw a Raber touchdown into the wind. Stenstrom looks very accurate, very strong arm. I think almost a surprisingly strong arm if you're the Woodbury Royals. Stenstrom under center here. It's going to be a quarterback sneak. He looks to easily have the first down. So 1st and 10 now with 7:43 remaining in the first half. The Mustangs on the 15-yard line. They are threatening in the red zone.
Something that people don't talk about. Did you guys know the most effective play and the most in terms of getting first downs is a QB sneak on 3rd and short? That is the most effective play.
Huge play here from Tebbett as he
Yes.
spins up beyond the line of scrimmage and gets the ball up beyond the 10-yard line. That looked initially like it was going to be stopped for nothing. Tebbett, that kid is good, and he is putting the Mustangs in a position of scoring a touchdown here. A 2nd and 4, a 6-yard gain off that spin move for Brian Tebbett. So trips now to Stenstrom's left to the field side. Looks like Dean, Lar, and Hoytia. It's going to be a jailbreak screen. That is a great play call. This is what you run when you have man on the goal line. Number 9, Tate Lar, all the way up to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
I don't want to jinx anything, but I've been really proud of the way the Mounds just come in trying to punch a powerhouse in Woodbury right in the mouth early in the game. Something that might sound terrible, but I did not quite expect to happen today. Mounds is definitely exceeding my expectations so far.
Yeah, they're really not trying to run the football at all, even on a goal line play like this. Their spread is Hoytia running a jet play. It's going to be going to the other side, and Stenstrom is in the end zone at a Mustangs touchdown. With 6:03 remaining, the Mustangs take a 13-0 lead at Woodbury. A huge touchdown for the Mustangs as they drive the length of the field and punch it into the end zone on a Stenstrom run. He's got one through the air and one on the ground. Extra point pending. The Mustangs up 2 scores. And that kick is good. With 6:02 remaining in the first half, it's all Mounds View up 14-0. I tell you what, this is a fantastic game plan for the Mustangs. I love the jailbreak screen on the goal line. Clearly, they anticipated that Woodbury was going to come out in man coverage. And so on the goal line specifically, you run that jailbreak screen to Tate Lar. It's a very easy play to block for the wide receivers out on the edge. Lar charges the football and he makes a big cut all the way to the 2-yard line. That sets up a pretty easy touchdown. They fake the jet sweep to Hoytia going right. Stenson goes left, breaks just a weak arm tackle, and he is in the end zone to put the Mustangs up 2 scores. Very nice shot of the Woodbury scoreboard. Concession stand with a couple of the nicest moms you'll ever find at Woodbury football. We told them to tune in tonight, so we're hoping they are also checking out our stream. Here is the kickoff. It is a low line drive. That is going to go into the end zone as well. The second touchback for the Mustangs. What an absolute weapon when you can completely take away your opponent's return game. Be first and 10 for the 20-yard line for the Royals.
Got to use the 1-year advantage, and that's exactly what Mounds is doing right now, closing out all the opportunities for them to get a good big play, especially like what they did early. They had a big return right away in the game. They've taken that away from them.
And as we have 6:01 remaining here in the second, one word that comes to mind when I think about the Mustangs' performance, and that's just poised. They've been poised from start to finish. Everyone on both sides of the ball is executing their job.
Wenzel out of the gun with trips to his left, motion right into the slot. Wenzel's going to run about a quarterback ISO around the right-hand side. A short gainer up to the 25-yard line. The 2nd and 5 for the Royals. Nate Rewald, another tackle for the Mustangs. Defense well rested here after a nice long drive by the Mustang offense. They're going to need to be. Woodbury's going to stretch them out and try to tire them out as much as is possible. The Twins to the left, 2 backs to either side here. It's going to be a handoff to an almost tackle behind the line of scrimmage. That again, number 5, Brock Reinhardt, tackled after a short carry by Mateo Cisneros.
Quite a football game for Mateo Cisneros thus far in this game with that huge interception, a couple key tackles and stops. He's been a huge reason why Mounds View had such an early lead.
Second down and 3 here from the 20s. Check that, 3rd down and 3 from the 27-yard line. Out of shotgun, rolls to the right. That pass is going to be caught one-handed up to the 45-yard line. Level out of bounds by Nate Wold. What a great catch by the Woodbury running back, number 22, Cole Samutni. He's a senior captain for the Royals, a 2-way player. Also plays linebacker.
Wow, like Lamar Jackson says, not bad for a running back. What a great catch.
So 1st down and 10 for the Royals from the 47-yard line. Wins to Wenzel's right. Back to either side. It's going to be run up the middle by the quarterback after a fake to Reinhardt. Wenzel with a nice gain, and Woodbury got something cooking here now. It's going to be 2nd and 1 as they enter Mustang territory for the first time in the second quarter. So clearly an adjustment here with 2 backs for the Royals. They're going to hand it off here to Reinhardt up the middle. He's going to be stopped almost immediately. That A.J. Hunt wraps him up and takes him down for no gain. Check that. They're going to give him 1 yard, which will convert a first down for the Royals. 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. That a very generous spot. Wenzel under center now with Twins to his left. I formation. A dive play here. Look maybe like they were setting up a midline play. So Woodbury, a lot of wrinkles here in the run game on offense. That 3-yard gain for Reinhardt. 2nd and 7 from the 40-yard line. So a lot of adjustments on offense for the Royals. We haven't seen the second quarterback, Wilson, for some time now. Wenzel under center. He's primarily been out of gun. He's going to hand it off here again to Reinhardt. He's going to be stopped again. That Nate Rewald and A.J. Hunt combined on the tackle.
That stout defensive line from Mounds has not disappointed so far in this game. Yeah, there's been a couple big games that Woodbury hasn't scored a point. We don't know if this is like something that's like to give credit to Mounds or something to discredit Woodbury, because as I said earlier coming to the game, Woodbury has not scored more than 2 touchdowns in a game once this season. So great start by Mounds, but man, Woodbury hasn't had a lot of big plays this season.
So clock ticking here, 2:05 remaining. It's 3rd and 6 here for the Royals from the 39-yard line. A motion to the left. They're going to fake the run to the right. That's going to be Wenzel up the middle. He's going to be stopped shy of first down. That's going to bring the Royals to a 4th down play. Obviously, with 1:44 here and ticking, the Royals likely to opt to go for it. They have burned 2 timeouts, have the Royals. Just 1 remaining. Mustangs still have all 3. So again, twins to the left. A back to either side of Wenzel out of shotgun. And this is going to be whistled dead. Is that another penalty on the Royals? They have a couple big-time penalties for offsides, and this is a dead ball foul against the Royals, a false start. So on 4th and 3, it's now going to be 4th and 8. It does stop the clock with 1:18 remaining here in the first half.
Moundsview did exactly what they wanted. Now Moundsview has all the leverage just to close out the half. If they want to get something going, they probably could, since they've been playing so tremendously on offense. But also, they don't need to let Woodbury get the ball if they don't let them convert on this 4th down.
If they turn them over here, they also have the wind at their back. Motion to Wenzel's left, puts trips to their left, and it's going to be caught and dropped short of first down. Great tackle there by Kettle Hut. Nick Rewald also right there. So a completed pass on an out route just shy of the marker.
The beauty of this is Moundsview now has an entire minute at the end to have to either just close the quarter out or get another opportunity to perhaps score, because now they're in position where if they wanted to, they could certainly try to get in field goal range at the very least.
It is Mustang football to start the 3rd quarter. The conservative play here is to just go into half up 2 scores knowing you get the football back, which is what they're going to do. Stenstrom takes a knee. He'll have to do that one more time as the clock ticks down from 50 seconds.
Come on, Moundsview. You destroyed my entire hype talk. Come on. Yeah, I know this is probably the right decision, but that would have been very interesting.
Very Denny Green-like is Coach Moberg tonight. Taking a knee, up 2 scores, confident, and feeling really good about the way this Mustang team has played in all 3 facets. They've gotten touchbacks on kickoffs. They've gotten converted extra points. Their special teams looks great. They look fantastic on offense, and their defense has not given anything to this Woodbury Royals offense. That's going to do it for the first half. We will return to give our impressions of the first half. For Taylor Swanson and James Adams, I'm Rob Reitz. We'll see you in 12 minutes. All right, we're back to recap the first half. Again, this is Rob Reese, joined by James Adams and Taylor Swanson, bringing you all of Mounds View football games this season. We are live from Woodbury High School. The Mustangs are up 14-0. All three facets of the game, this Mustang team has looked fantastic tonight. They've really put it together. Thoughtful game planning, specifically on offense, but obviously defensively too. Taylor, your impression for the first half of Mounds View's offense?
Well, I'll tell you first things first. I could not be more fired up for the second half. Coming in with a 14-0 lead. The Mustangs have done one thing, and that showed poise the entire first half. I know Coach Moberg came in with high expectations against this quality Woodbury team, but wow! Besides a small hiccup with the Tebet fumble early in the first half, it has been just nonstop poise and consistency from both ends of the football. And thinking back to our first touchdown, I would not be doing Cole Stenstrom justice if I did not comment how precise that pass was to Jake Rober, that 35 to 40 yard touchdown that we saw. He put it on the spot. Excuse me, Jack Raber. Cole put that on the spot. So if we look at an X factor week in week out, it is our wide receiver talent and our speed on the edge. And I think, Rob, coming into the second half, the way Cole's been able to spread out the ball through the air, we've been able to have our most success there. I think we continue that.
Yeah, I would like to see us continue to do what we've been doing on defense, which has been a whole heck of a lot of stout defense from our defensive line and linebackers. They've really clogged everything up in the middle. There's been a few gaps as Mounds View looks to run that inside zone, and especially when they fake a stretch play and run inside with Wenzel, their quarterback. Other than that, they've run a little bit of ISO. They've run some outside zone. They've really not been able to do a whole lot. They even ran a lead option. And then they've thrown the ball a couple times. Mateo Cisneros had a huge interception. There was a second interception off a tipped pass by Dunnigan. And those two turnovers were huge for the Mustangs. It really sealed the momentum on the Mustang side, and Woodbury not really able to muster much of anything. Probably hanging their heads pretty low going into half and even during halftime. The exact opposite for this Mustangs team. They have to be feeling good. It's the best half of football they have played this season against what is clearly the best opponent they've played too. And we started saying that this Woodbury team is 0-2, but that is a very misleading record given the fact that they've played the top two teams in the state of Minnesota. I expected them to be a formidable and highly competitive, highly athletic opponent, but Mounds View has outplayed and outshined them tonight. James, your thoughts on the first half?
That was as good as I thought it could go. Mounds View's defense punched them in the mouth, and the offense reacted to the great defense Mounds View played. The way we played I have no words for it. Mounds View, if they keep this up, this is going to be a team we can take really seriously for the rest of the year, for sure.
All right, back kick for the Mustangs. This Radabah catching it on the 5-yard line. Great athletic catch. He's all the way up to the 22-yard line. Is Jake Radabah, and the Mustangs will take over there 1st and 10 to start the third quarter.
And here comes our Mustang offense. Really a nice position to start the second half with the football. Another main reason why Coach Moberg decided to take a knee in the first half, because he knew he was going to have an opportunity to come out and have the ball right away.
So Mustangs start with the football against the wind. They will have the wind at their back in the fourth quarter, which looks to be very strategic as well tonight. It's picking up is the wind.
Trips to Stenstrom's right, in shotgun, one running back behind him. It's a give to Tebet, got a little bit of room, hit once, falling forward. He's going to get himself about a 5-yard gain there.
Nice little crease over guard. Tebet across the line of scrimmage on that inside zone play. And a quick 4-yard gain for Tebet gives the Mustangs a 2nd and 6 to the 29-yard line.
great start on first down. Nice to cut that first down marker in half here on a 2nd and 5. Same formation, trips to Stenstrom's right. A little bit of communication in between Tebben and Cole before the play. Snap is up. Give it to Tebben again. Oh, hit once and hard for a loss there. Great job by the defensive line by the Royals flying in there for a hard hit.
So 3rd down and 8 now for the Mustangs. You hear that Woodbury sideline. They're getting excited for their defense. That's a pretty nice stick there from the Royals. Be interesting to see what the play call is here. It looks like the Mustangs are going to come out and empty. Something they were highly successful with early in the first half.
Snaps out, 3-step drop. Spencer looking for the fader out down the sideline. Makes it deep, got a man. Just broke it up. Well defended by the Royals there.
Well, that was fantastic defense, but I really thought a great throw from Spencer. A lot of air underneath it, right over the shoulder of Mason Dean. Were it not for some quick hands by the defender for the Royals, that would have been a huge gain for the Mustangs. So really, I view that as a successful play. Take the top off the defense, go deep. Get this defense thinking in their head that at any moment this offense can strike. It's going to be a punt here for the Mustangs, 4th and 8.
Keep them on their heels, exactly.
Punt is up. A low punt for the Mustangs, but it's going to take a Mustang bounce. Picked up by the Royals. Oh, hit right away. Ball is loose. Picked up by Mounds. Who's going to run it in? Mateos Cisneros. Got room. 10, 5. Touchdown!
And Hunt with the strip, and Mateos Cisneros with the pick up and score. That a huge touchdown here in the 3rd quarter for the Mustangs. With 10:05, we're just underway. They turn the Royals over on a punt, and they go up 3 scores, 20-0.
What an unbelievable swing of events there to come out in the 3rd quarter. Now, 20-0, pending the extra point here for the Mustangs.
Wow. Did we not say all 3 facets of this team are playing out of their mind tonight? Special teams look fantastic.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. I couldn't agree more.
That has been the biggest part of the game. We've taken out their opportunities to make big plays in special team situations, and instead we've made the big plays from turnover after turnover and that return touchdown. What a game for Mounds. I can't name very many things I'm disappointed with today. This is as good as it's ever been, really. Huge, huge game.
Mustang sideline still fired up. Fan base over there for the Mounds View Mustangs. Loud and clear. The energy is plenty high here over here in the Woodbury Stadium on this Friday night. 10:05 left in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs 21, Woodbury 0.
So fun to see players like Hunt and Cisneros. I mean, they play right beside each other on defense, and then somehow, some way, they're right next to each other when Hunt makes the strip. And Cisneros picks it up, kick off here, fielded at the 10-yard line, got some room in a hole up to the 30. You can see what weapons Woodbury has on their kick return. That's the 2nd nice return. The tackle here by Jack Raber. The Royals are going to have great field position, 1st and 10 from what it looks like the 33-yard line.
Going back to the play, combination play by Ben Hunt and Mateos Cisneros. It's been so fun, not only because they're side by side, but because we've been able to watch them up here year after year, continue to mature. And we have ourselves a special team this year, there's no doubt about it. Woodbury and shotgun. Hand off on the jet sweep here to number 16, Wilson. He's going to move forward, make a nice move, only get about 2 yards on the gain.
Definitely good throw off that action with Wilson as their backup quarterback running that jet sweep. We'll see if they come back to that. Guarantee you the Royals coaches were looking to see what the defensive backs did on that play. If they jump the run, they're going to hit them over the top of the pass on that
Mustangs with tight coverage on both sides here. Both ends of the wide receiver. One man in motion. This time fake the jet sweep. Wenzel keeps it, and he's got a nice run for a 6-yard gain. It's going to be a third and very short here for the Royals.
I'm not sure who Wenzel's reading on that play. I don't know that he's really ever handed it off. Their best play tonight has been whatever it is that he's reading. It might be, it could be a defensive lineman. It could be like reading a 3 technique like in midline. I'll have to take a little bit closer look at the defensive line of scrimmage to see, because it's a gaping wide hole, likely because whoever they're reading is going after the running back.
Coming up in an I formation here for Woodbury, bringing in a little more of a heavier look. Under center, he's going to keep it for the first down. It looks like he's going to get it.
Interesting move by Reinhardt there at running back. Just comes up and jacks his quarterback in the back to push him forward on the quarterback's seat. I have to think this crowd is stunned. Seemed like the folks we talked to from Woodbury thought this was where they were going to get their season straightened out a little bit after 2 tough losses to start the year.
Oh, hit hard in the
That's
backfield.
Dunnigan and Rewalt
I agree
meets
with
you at the running back.
I agree with your comment, but at the end of the day, we're all Minnesota fans. We know about blowing leads, so we should be a little quiet for now. We have a lot of time left in the game. Mounds View just looked tremendous. I couldn't imagine a better scenario for Mounds View today. We just got to sustain it, not worry about like punching them in the mouth anymore, but instead making sure they don't get anything going. Now it's all about maintaining your lead.
And one thing about facing the type of talent that Woodbury did to start the season, it is tough to find your groove. It is tough to find your identity. And that's starting back to square one. You're trying to do that now in week 3 against a very tough and hard-nosed Mustang team.
I'd say an improved team too. The coaches have really coached these guys up. They're playing their schemes at a high level right now. Old Sandal struck there a little bit by one single quarterback. So 3rd down and 10 from the 45-yard line. The Royals going to come out in that double twin set. An offset eye to the right and Wenzel out of shotgun. Check that, an offset eye to Wenzel's left. This could be Wenzel again. He's going to take and be tackled almost immediately. Mustangs stepping up on defense.
Absolutely. Looks like probably looked to be a design run there on 3rd and 10 by the quarterback. I don't know if anything threw him off in the snap. It looked to be just a design power run by the quarterback and turned into nothing, maybe a 1-yard gain there.
Tackled by number 49, Ethan Elms. First time we've called his name tonight. So that's going to put Cisneros back deep to receive yet another Woodbury punt. Great effort to block that, but a wonderful punt. Looked as though it almost touched Cisneros in the back. It's going to be down at the 5-yard line. So by far the worst field position for the Mustangs this evening. Maybe Woodbury's most impressive play tonight.
Yes, quite the Woodbury bounce there on the punt. Going to set up Mustangs deep in their own territory. The most difficult start for tonight. But coming off a big, huge play with the touchdown by Cisneros. It would be nice to come out here with a long, strong possession, using some clock, keeping that time of possession up here. I'm interested to see what the call is to start out.
Tell you what, I'm really impressed with Brendan Duncan tonight. He's got the interception. He's been around the line of scrimmage, made a lot of tackles. Big time play.
He's been everywhere on the defensive end, making tackles, some big interceptions. These turnovers have really changed the game for Mounds View. It's giving them all the momentum in the world as expected.
It's fun to see a senior step up for the first time on the road. This is Hoyte out to the left. Just a simple outright going to get the Mustangs a 9-yard gain. So a nice play there on 1st down from the 5-yard line. That's going to give them a lot more room to operate. Stenstrom to Hoyte. Gotta love those connections.
Yeah, and that 9-yard gain is going to feel like 19 or 29 yards because you're going to get that space from the end zone. You don't feel that much pressure with the end zone to your back, and you're able to open
kid. Ran into his dad last week. Adam he's really proud of his son, and I can tell you there's lots of reasons to be. He's a great kid and a great athlete.
Tebbit with the short game there. Hit right at the line of scrimmage on the inside handoffs. It's going to be set up a 3rd and 2 here. 3rd and short, deep in the Mustang territory as the Mustangs look over to the sideline for the play call. Keep an eye, we do have Jack Raver down here at the bottom of your screen out wide.
Confident can you be as a quarterback when you got Leaky and Raver to your right?
So many tools. So many tools. Snaps up. He does roll out play action. Looking deep to Raver. Doesn't everything. Got a man underneath. Tipped and fallen incomplete.
Taylor, the intended receiver, running a crossing route. Had a pretty nice look. Was well covered. But just not there for the Mustangs. Again, they are going against the wind right now. It would be 4th and 2. 4:55 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. The Mustangs up 3 scores. It's 21-0 on the road at Woodbury.
And as expected, here comes the Mustang punt team. Punting from their own 14, 15-yard line here. One man back to receive for Woodbury. Low kick over the sideline. It is going to go out of bounds. And Woodbury is going to start with the football in Mustang territory.
Yikes. I was a little worried about that punt. We've been prone to kicking low line drive punts that are easily returnable. They get there so fast that the defense can't really get downfield. And Woodbury strikes me as a team that could really take advantage. So yes, not a great punt, kicked out of bounds, but at least no return.
I think a big part of it, though, is pressure that the gunner's getting. I think he's taking it like out of the blue, just like, oh shoot, the guys are after me. And part of it is like the snaps, and part of it is just a lack of momentum. We just got to fix that. That's been our biggest issue this game for sure.
Woodbury with the ball in Mustang territory, going right to the pass. It is a wheel run down the sideline. Intercepted.
Oh my lord.
Jake Radabaugh intercepts Wilson in for Wenzel there at quarterback. An ill-advised throw through to the inside, right where Radabaugh had position. Surprising turn of events here as Woodbury takes a chance, throws it deep, and is intercepted. The 3rd interception for the Mustang defense tonight.
I don't really know where they were throwing it there. I mean, obviously he was expecting to receive the beating Radabaugh in that 1v1 matchup, and obviously that didn't happen. Throw it right to where Jake would want it. And just another turnover for Woodbury. Mounds has been capitalizing on it, and this has been the reason why Mounds has been so dominant thus far.
Yeah, and really what looked to be really an out and up, similar to a wheel route there, and Radabaugh didn't bite. Didn't bite on the pump fake to the air route and tremendously defended.
Here's Raver in motion. Looks like Stenson keeps it. He stopped just short of the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 or 11 from the 10-yard line. So no gain there on 1st down for the Mustangs. Deep in Woodbury territory. Deep in Mustang territory.
Empty backfield, 5 wide pressured, but got a man tipped once in dangerous territory. It does fall incomplete. A big break for the Mustangs there, but Stenstrom had a lot of pressure coming from his right.
Quickly, the intended receiver was tipped, and Mason Dean almost able to come up with it, but Woodbury Royals surrounding the football there too. So lucky that ball wasn't intercepted. The 3rd and 9 now. Interesting to see what the Mustangs do here. Had a huge screen pass earlier in the game to Tebbit. When you have that kind of pressure, screen might be the call. This time it's going to be Tebbit on a stretch play to the left. He breaks the tackle and moves up just beyond the 10-yard line, but he's tackled there. It's going to be a quick 4th down. Mustangs are going to punt after a turnover. 3:36 47 and counting here in the third quarter. Again, the Mustangs up 21-0 over Woodbury.
Just an opportunity to knock 3 minutes off the clock. We're back in the same exact situation here with the Mustang punt deep in their own territory. But we have 3:21 and counting remaining. Just a chance to knock some minutes off the clock.
I'd like to see this punt stay in bounds and move. There, that's a great punt. A lot more air. It's going to take a huge Mounds View bounce. It is going to rest nicely on about the 38-yard line. So that critical as we turn field advantage to our side as the Royals are going to take over Mustang territory. Woodbury check that takes over in their own territory.
Woodbury spreading it out once again. Trips left, one wide receiver to the right. Shotgun. Looks like about a 5-step drop. He's got the screen. Breaking one tackle. Bounces outside. He's got a little bit of room. Then thrown to the ground. But it's not before a 9-yard gain for the Royals.
Reinhardt on that screen pass. He's really been their most effective offensive weapon tonight. So an 8-yard gain on the screen with them second and 2 from the 47-yard line.
And the poised Mustang defense still holding onto this shutout late in the third quarter. Lined up, ready to go in the 3-4. Both backers showing that they're going to go. Wenzel's going to keep it. He's got room, bounces it out to the right. And he's got a little bit of speed for a first down and more. They're going to be across midfield now, looking for an opportunity to put points on the board.
You can see the talent that Woodbury has. Wenzel, very successful on the ground tonight. He's going to come out here, trips to his left to the field side. A single back behind him against this Mustang 3-4 defense. It's going to be another quarterback run up the middle. Dunnigan chasing. Rewald with the tackle. Be a 5-yard gain for Wenzel after a nice run earlier. So this Woodbury offense figuring some things out here late in the third quarter.
Yeah, finding a little bit of success on these quarterback runs. Really been one-dimensional all night and not been able to open it up in the air. But due to the suffocating defense in the secondary for the Mustangs as well. But back in shotgun splits to both sides. Wenzel this time looking to bubble pass out there. Just overthrows his receiver, though. It's going to fall incomplete. Set up a 3rd and 5.
Instant pressure there, likely because Woodbury offensive line trying to get out ahead of that screen. But rushed Wenzel's throw, and it's incomplete on the bubble screen. Be 3rd and 5 from the 35-yard line. Just a minute 33 remaining here in the third quarter. Royals down 3 scores. Looking to make something happen here late as they seek to get back into this football game.
Hand off is to the outside, and he's got room. Hit once. Didn't pull to the ground, though. He's going to be short of the first down. If my spot is correct, it's going to be a 4th and short.
So Drew Lindgren and Nate Rewald really stretching that out, forcing Reinhardt back to the inside.
I'm assuming possibly going to be a go for it territory here. We're waiting to see if there's any other call in the field.
Well, they have to. They're down by 21 for crying out loud. Like, if they don't go for it, I would really question the coaching of this team. This is a good football team with a lot of talent. You got to give it a shot.
So 4th down and 2.
I look to see Wenzel keep it here in the middle. We'll see what the call is. Here's a handoff with the lead blocker to his right. He's got room. 5, 10. Falling forward for a nice gain and first down.
Looks like they may be pulling.
Yeah, he has the lead blocker. Either the man in motion or it's up back right there. So rolling to his right now, looking for a corner route. Doesn't have it, goes back to the flats, but too much pressure back there by the linebackers of the Mustangs.
A.J. Hunt in early on that one, causing havoc, and an erratic throw. Looked like a curl route out wide. Open, but Heather not able to make the reception. The ball thrown short by Wenzel.
And clock is stopped, but for an update, just 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. Still Mounds View 21, Woodbury 0. 1 or 2 plays left here to end the third.
So Wilson Woodbury back at quarterback. To Wenzel's right, part of a troops formation. Be interesting to see if they can get him throwing the football for wide receiver position. Wenzel's going to take a one-step drop throw, swing pass out to Reinhardt. He's going to be tackled right at the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line as the third quarter expires. And the Royals put 21 on the board to tie to the fourth quarter. That would be one heck of a comeback, but they're definitely threatening, inching nearer and nearer the red zone to start the fourth quarter. A big play here for the Mustang defense. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 22-yard line.
Well, we couldn't have asked for a stronger 3 quarters by the Mustangs. And now I want to continue to focus on the defensive performance here. Not only the defensive line, but the linebackers of A.J. Hunt and Cole Sando that are continuing to get in the backfield, continuing to make a play in the quarterback, and contain the run as well. And then week in and week out, we comment on the Mustang secondary. And the talent that we have back there and the speed that we have back there has become a factor multiple times, including 2 interceptions.
As well as the players that played tonight, I see a lot of really great coaching happening in practice. A lot of drills that you would typically set up as part of your standard practice are showing up here, especially that roundabout interception, the Cisneros interception in the first half. Those guys are in great position with their head on a swivel, ready to make a play, and the play they have made. 3 interceptions from the Mustang defense, any turnover, fumble on special teams is really the difference here tonight in the game.
Big 3rd and long. It's going to be bubble pass. He's going to look to throw, and he's got a man. It is overthrow.
There's the trick play we were talking about. It actually wasn't Wilson that threw it. It was a different wide receiver, number 12 for the Royals. That was definitely there, Taylor.
Great play call. 3rd and long. Chance to put points on the board. The bubble route, and then you kind of give a little fake block, stop and go on the outside. Had room. Our safety was coming over a little late, but it was there if the pass was accurate.
That was Scott Hansen, a sophomore quarterback for the Royals. In at wide receiver on a bubble screen pass that just gets thrown a little over the head of his intended receiver. So now trips right again for Wenzel. 4th and 12.
Rolling to his left, going to throw it back across his body. Got a man, but he's pressured to get in the backfield. A.J. Hunt as he helps up the Woodbury quarterback after the big hit.
So another stop for the vaunted Mustang defense. They're going to take over here up 3 scores. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. 10 seconds have ticked off the clock. And Mounds View will take over on downs. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line.
Well, first thing first, use the clock. It is in our favor, play after play. Second thing, hold on to that football tight and hold on with 2 hands. We have 11:50 to go with a 21-0 lead.
Mustang's not doing a whole lot of running tonight. But now really that's all you want. The clock is your ally. Keep this thing running, keep it churning. It's almost like your 4-minute offense starts happening with 11:50 to go in the game.
Mustang spreading it out here, but then Tebbett enters the backfield. Look to give him a carry here, and there it is. Another inside hand, bounces it to the outside. He's got a little room, pushing forward. He turns nothing into something for a 6-yard gain, and the clock is moving.
Gotta love seeing Tebbett truck his way to a gainer.
Yeah, he's the rock in this offense. That consistent piece on first downs, sometimes on second downs, and late in the game.
You either hit or get hit. And that's on Tebbett, causing the collisions. Shoulder pads down, and that gave him a 6-yard gain here. 2nd and 4 from the 28-yard line. The attempt there by Stenstrom knocked down at the line of scrimmage looked like a wide receiver screen set up there.
Although the play clock stops, the game clock stops, I do like to call those short passes many times can be on point and keep the clock moving. And it's a way to get Stenstrom with the ball in his hands.
Well, I think they realize they do need to spread out this Woodbury defense. And that really just an extended handoff. Unfortunately, it's to the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to have a timeout by the Mustangs on 3rd and 4 here. Probably wanting to make sure they get the right play call in, wanting to convert, get some time off this clock. Really, 3 scores between them and the Royals. The more time they take off here on this drive, the less likely it is that the Royals have what it takes to be able to come back.
Absolutely. I see us coming out, putting the ball on the ground here, but this is also an opportunity to dig into the playbook a little bit. A first down here and a chance to knock off another 3-4 minutes could be a way to get very close to closing the book here.
Such a well-coached game, such a fantastic game plan on both offense and defense, and certainly on special teams as well. These guys came ready to play. They are as prepared tonight for a 3rd game of the season as I've seen this team prepared in 3 years. I'm really impressed.
Empty backfield for Stenstrom. Tebbett's in motion. He drops back. It's a swing. Yep, there's a screen. Tebbett does have it. Gets a chance to possibly stay in bounds. If the call, no, he is out, and he's just short of the 1st down as well.
I just want to say, Mounds View, with the way they've been playing the first 2 games, this is like a legit football team. Like, if you're able to put up 20 plus on the board and be an effective defense all 3 games, barely allowing any team to score single digits, it's really hard to beat a team like that. I mean, look at the 2016 Minnesota Vikings. I mean, they would not give up a lot of points, and their offense was more than effective. This is how you win football against Minnesota.
So Mounds View lining up, likely just to try to get the Royals to jump off. But instead it's Hoytia with a false start in the slot at wide receiver. That'll drop the Mustangs back 5 yards. They may have just been willing to take a delay game anyway, but now the punt's going to come on for the Mustangs. Woodbury likely to take over with lots of time left here in the 4th quarter. 10:57 remaining in the game, and they're going to have pretty good field position. If they can get on the scoreboard here, they will be back in with 10:57 remaining. It's a great punt. Out of bounds at about the 30-yard line, maybe the 28-yard line. So let's see what the defense can do here. Again, we said early in the game, James, it sounded like Woodbury only scored 2 touchdowns all season.
Yeah, it really makes you question, what is this offense? I mean, last year they scored a solid 21 points a game, and this year it just hasn't. They haven't got anything going on offense. We don't know if it's just a loss of talent or maybe a change of approach. We don't really know. We need to see if Woodbury can get back to its groove.
Trips to Wenzel's right. He's going to roll toward the trips. Looking to throw here. Now he's looking to run. He tucks it away. He's going to be tackled from behind. Drew Lindgren with the tackle. Looked like he grabbed by the back of the jersey and tugged him backward. It will be a gain for Wenzel. Yeah, there is no flag. It looked like it may have fallen. I think maybe for a second it looked like maybe a horse collar type of tackle, but really he just had him by the lower part of his jersey and pulled him back. So nice tackle there by Drew Lindgren.
In the backfield, we have Woodbury in shotgun. 3-step drop, looking underneath, dumped down, tipped, one, intercepted.
Another
Nate Rewald.
This defense has been unbelievable today. 4
Nate
turnovers.
Rewald, the senior. tipped it. I think we'll get the replay here to be able to recap that play for you. Wenzel was in shotgun. He had double twins. Yeah, the ball was tipped by the Woodbury player, and as Rewald was falling to the ground, he intercepts it. Mustangs just a bastion of turnover. 10:33 remaining. They're going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line.
Here we go in shotgun. Hands it to Tevin. He's going to bounce it right outside, head straight to the sideline. There's some yellow on the field. We're going to have to wait for the call as Tevin runs out of bounds for a short gain. And the call is holding on the offense. Really a rare penalty tonight for the Mustangs. It's going to push them back 10 yards. It's going to set up a 1st and long here. Been a very clean game, really on both sides for both teams tonight. Not too many penalties, a few turnovers, but not too many penalties at all, which is great to see. It would possibly be only the 2nd or 3rd penalty by the Mustangs all night tonight.
Yeah, they really looked to play like the 2nd and 3rd game this season. There's been a lot of plays. But this game, everybody's just playing football, which is what makes this game so beautiful.
There it is. Stetcher takes it, makes the throw to the slant route, and it falls incomplete. Looks like Taylor was the intended receiver there. Great play call though, with the play action, trying to get those inside backers to come up and show, and then trying to hit Taylor on the slant, but it does fall incomplete.
Here's where we're having a few difficulties with our audio, so please bear with us here. We're trying to make a quick fix here. 2nd and 20 from the 44-yard line for the Mustangs.
Jensen going under center here, late handoff draw, and it looks like Tevin's bouncing outside. He's got 5, 10, falling forward with a hard hit, and we're going to wait where the spot is. They do spot him for about a 15-yard gain. He's going to set up here a 3rd and looks to be about 5.
Looks like Tevin may have stepped out of bounds a little bit earlier than it appeared, spotting the ball shy of the 30-yard line. Looks like it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 32. Tevin just trucking guys right now. You can hear the pop from Tevin causing the collision all the way up here. It's just remarkable. What a tough human being Ryan Tevin is. Steps from a 3-step drop, rolls to his right, looks to pass. He's got a receiver open. That's caught for a 1st down. Mason Dean sliding to the ground on that 1st down catch for number 6. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line.
That was the Deshaun Watson type throw, running outside the pocket, small window, right on the money. Huge play for Mounds to keep this drive going.
Jogging back out as the Royals here. A big 3rd and 8 down deep in Mustang territory. Mustang defense poised for the play. Up tight on coverage, 1 safety deep. Wilson rolling to his left. Once again, have to throw across his body. And he does. He's got a man. Hit right away. He's going to be short of the first down. We got to wait for the spot here. It is going to be close as the clock continues here with 6:25 and counting left in the 4th quarter.
Sorry about the audio issues that we're having here. We are back with audio. Looks like Wilson here in shotgun with twins to his right. It's 4th and 8 from the 12-yard line, and the Royals are going to take a timeout. This a definite need here to convert on 4th down.
Big time. Pure desperation with only 6 minutes remaining. Even if it's looking pretty unlikely that Woodbury wins the game, it'll be really good to have something positive to leave the game off of, because they haven't had a lot of positive today. With not very many points scored, obviously. None at all, actually. 4 turnovers. It's just been a mess for Woodbury today. And if they can come in, score a touchdown late in the game, even though it was a loss, they can go and say, okay, we had something going late in the game, let's move it towards the next few games. So we'll see how Woodbury does this next few plays, but, you know, you got to get something going.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. If you're at home, go ahead and stand up off the couch. We got ourselves a big play coming up here with 4th and 3 with 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Wilson remains in at quarterback. Reinhardt motions behind him. And it's going to be a quarterback ISO, but that is going to be stopped short on 4th down. The Mustangs are going to turn the Royals over again. This defense, I tell you what, they have played phenomenal tonight. So excited for this defensive coaching staff and all of these kids. What a great game and what a great game plan this Mustang defense has executed. With 5:58, it remains a 21-0 game. This Mustang defense just unwilling to give up a single point. And Senstrom and company back in on offense.
I would love to give the Mounds defense some credit. If we shut out Woodbury today, that means we only allow 5.8 points a game this season. That is absolutely devastating. If you looked at it, it'd be like, is this soccer, a really high-scoring soccer team? No, this is a Mustang defense that's really hungry. It's legit, and it's not going away this season.
James Adams bringing the match.
Woo, baby.
I did not average out the amount of points we've scored this year.
Well, as we do have a break in action here, make sure we're all on the same page. We have 5:52 left in the 4th quarter. Mounds View 21, Woodbury 0. A tremendous game by the Mustangs on both sides of the football. The defense, though, is really going to have to be the group that we have to stand out and put a focus on tonight. Led by Cole Sandahl, A.J. Hunt, a tremendous up-front defensive line. They have been suffocating all night, putting pressure on the quarterback. And the only really success Woodbury has had has been through some of that quarterback power and quarterback run that we've seen off and up the middle, for short gains as well. Stenstrom back in shotgun. Looks like flags on the field here. Possible false start by Mounds. We are going to wait for the call.
Yeah, back to your comment. It's been a full team contribution on that defense. Like, they haven't really allowed any passes to be completed today. Their defensive line's been absolutely suffocating. I mean, if you're allowing 0 points, it has to be a team effort. It can't just be the safeties. It can't just be the defensive line. Huge team effort. We've seen that all season from Mounds View. This was a big test for Mounds View against Woodbury, as we knew, and it couldn't have gotten better at all. Huge play today by the Mounds View defense.
I mean, you just think back to a year ago. Woodbury really dominated the Mustangs on this field, and that has completely been a role reversal here. Stenstrom handing off to Tevin. He's got a crease. He's up the field all the way to the 15-yard line before he's stopped by a gang of Royal defenders. So after the penalty, it was 2nd and 16. It'll now be about 3rd and 8 for the Mustangs. 5:41 here. Every second that ticks off this clock is closer to a 3rd win on the season for the Mustangs as they look to go 3-0 on the young season. In Woodbury, a disappointing 0-3.
Yeah, Mounds, you've just simply been kicking teams' tails this season.
We set the play clock to 5:32.
Essentially, they've beat every team by at least 2 touchdowns thus far this season, assuming the score stays around it is. With an average of a 17-point difference, this team's been unbelievable this year. Probably one of the best and most talented Mounds U teams we've had in the wild thus far. It's been absolutely unbelievable.
And we knew this group of seniors was really bringing something special to the table, and they've shown that here. It's going to be very interesting next week at Minnetonka. What can the Mustangs do against what is widely considered a juggernaut program? And what I would probably think was circled on the schedule as the toughest opponent Mounds U would face this year.
That's a defining game. If Mounds U, even if they lose and it's like really competitive, oh my word, teams are going to be looking at Mounds U like, oh my gosh, they beat Woodbury, they've been beating everybody, and they go right there with Minnetonka. Next week has a lot of potential to see what is Mounds U really, like what the team Mounds U really is, and it's really exciting to see what happens.
Absolutely. We are finding out what the Mustangs are made of tonight as we have 4:53 here left in the 4th quarter. Stenstrom moving back under center. He's going to try to keep it himself and push forward here, but really not much to gain.
Just a quarterback sneak there. Mustangs being very conservative here. It was a 3rd and 3 play. But it is going to keep the ball in the middle of the field. The Mustangs do have the wind at their back. There's 4:44 remaining. It looks like the Royals took a timeout here to stop the clock. So at the conclusion of this timeout, the Mustangs will punt the football away to the Royals, up 21-0. 5 turnovers on the evening for the Mustangs. 4 interceptions, 1 by Cisneros, 1 by Dunnigan, 1 by Radabaugh, and 1 by Nate Rewald, plus a strip fumble on a punt return from the Royals. Kettlehut strips it. Cisneros picks it up. He scores on the play. That's the only touchdown here of the second half. It put the Mustangs up 21-0, and they've been in the driver's seat most of the game. Our first score of the evening came via the pass, Stenstrom to Raber on a corner route, and he out-sprinted the defense to the end zone. The second touchdown, a run play by Stenstrom, really from just 2 yards out. And here's the punt from the Mustangs. A nice high spiral punt. It's going to be fielded on the 50-yard line, drop there and down at the 47. The Royals will take over there 1st and 10 with 4:37 remaining.
Well, an opportunity here for the Mustang defense to just keep doing what they've been doing so far. I think that we cannot underestimate. We haven't mentioned the secondary much tonight besides the interceptions, but the ability to have that lockdown defense and really not give the receivers much space to work with at all has not left the quarterbacks many options for Woodbury except to put it down and run. And there they are back in shotgun here. Wilson, this little pump fake, got a nice slant route in there. They have an open receiver just as I speak of it, but just for about a 10-yard gain.
Rewalt with the tackle there. Safeties are going to play deep, keep everything in front. Those slant routes are going to be open. Not surprising there that they can complete that pass. Mounds U looks to be playing cover 3. This Reinhardt carrying Sandahl, refusing to go down. Cisneros in on the tackle as well. Ethan Elms there. It's going to be a Woodbury Royals first down. They're all the way up already. Are the Royals to the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. And they are in the hurry-up offense, so this defense not able to make any substitutions. Double twins now. Wilson moves Reinhardt to his right to the boundary side. Takes the snap, a three-step drop out of shotgun. He's going to run a wide receiver screen to the center of the field. And the receiver for Woodbury, number 17, going to be tripped up. Cole Heather, the receiver for the Royals, a short gain on the wide receiver middle screen.
Yeah, I do like the play call. They really cleared out the linebackers in the middle there by running a few guys deep and had some open space, but just a short gain.
Again, double twins. This time Wilson rolls to his right. Doesn't have anything open, but he does have some grass in front of him. He's going to run for the first down and get out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at 3:22 and give the Royals a 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Check that, 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line.
3:22 left here in the fourth. Clock is stopped for the moment as Woodbury lines up for their play. Trips left.
Wilson now with a single back behind him. He's going to fake that option again. He's got a seam. Whoa, buddy. That could have easily been a touchdown. An ankle-saving tackle by Dunnigan. So Brendan Dunnigan showing up again. A couple times here you've seen, just at the last second, a Mustang player gets a tackle. First it was Cisneros, this time it's Dunnigan. And right away, the Royals back on offense. This time the same play to the left-hand side as Wilson fakes it. Runs left. Somehow, some way, Lindgren comes up with the football after making a tackle, but it's going to be second. Check that, 3rd down for the Royals.
And Royals are out of timeouts, as you good to know as a viewer. Clock is running out of timeouts, so they're going to have to continue to get up and continue that hurry-up offense. Wilson, pressure in the backfield, turns it up for a run. He's going to turn nothing to something here, and he's going to fall forward for what looks to be a 1st down on a 3rd and 4.
That's unfortunate. Lots of pressure there. Thought for sure they were going to get him behind the line of scrimmage. Doesn't always appear as though Wilson knows what to do with the football as he takes the final step of his drop. Not sure if he's making his read or if he comes off that first receiver and isn't sure where to go with the football. Double twins here. Wilson, 3-step drop, looks middle, throws it almost too quickly. Looked like it was intended for an offensive lineman just getting his block set up for the screen. It does stop the clock here at 2 minutes even. 2nd and 10, 21-0, the Mustangs lead. Not a whole lot of plays that you can get that score you 21 points. This looking more and more like it's going to be the Mustangs' 3rd victory of the season.
And really well defended on the screen there with linebackers in the middle once again. As we saw Cole Sandell come in there along with his fellow colleagues in the linebacker position.
Some confusion here. No one lined up in the slot wide receiver and hurry up. Looks like Cisneros covers it up. Wilson hands off to Reinhardt on the left. He's got the corner in the end zone. So just like that, Woodbury finally on the board here. 1:55 remaining in the game. It is 21-6. Mounds View's lead.
So you're saying there's a chance? That's my exact reaction to that. 2 minutes left, but good for Woodbury to get something going, have something good to take out of this game, even though it's been a huge struggle for them thus far. So yeah, I mean, don't underestimate Mounds View. We're legit. I'm just saying.
Absolutely. And there's always a chance as we have 1:55 remaining. Really one of the first times that Woodbury is able to get the edge. I thought over there a nice, well-designed outside run play, and he was able to put it in from about 5-10 yards out.
I agree. One of the reasons I think the team is so well coached is how little they've given up. That forced player on the edge has always pushed everything back inside. That really the first time Woodbury's been able to exploit us up the sideline. The kick is good. It is 21-7. Going to be Mounds View football. Very likely an onside kick happening right now as Woodbury looks to try to get back the football and get downfield to get this within a one-score game. Last I checked, Charlie Wilson is no Case Keenum, and Cole Heather no Stephon Diggs. And I definitely know Ben Cuddlehead ain't no Saints player missing a tackle on a big pass play for the Royals. So no Minneapolis Miracle happening here tonight. Mustangs practice this situation before every game.
Two need to happen. Two plays need to happen.
That's true. But they know exactly how to defend this onside kick. Ball is on the right hash for the Royals. Here it is. It's jumped up in the air and it is down and recovered by the Mustangs. That a huge recovery here. 1:54 remaining. The Mustangs still up 2 scores. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 45-yard line.
And once again, here we go with Woodbury with 0 timeouts listed on the scoreboard. As long as that's accurate, we have ourselves an opportunity for the Mustangs to close it out here. As it looks like Coach Morberg is going to have them come down to their victory formation due to that timeout situation here and let Cole Stenstrom finish us out. There's the first knee.
Again, no timeouts for the Royals. I mean, it really came down to that onside kick. This game is, for all intents and purposes, over. We can now look ahead to the Minnetonka Skippers. I got to be honest, I haven't heard a whole lot about them this year. I do want to say I think they're down when you compare to what some Skipper teams have looked like. I mean, they're typically, given the size of their school, a tough team and a tough win, especially on their home turf. But I got a lot of belief that this Mounds View team can travel and travel well. They just shut out the Woodbury Royals for most of this game. A late touchdown, the only thing that this stingy defense gave up here, and that was with 1:55 remaining.
Minnetonka is actually 0-3 right now, so...
I thought so. I thought I had heard that they were down, especially early on in the season. I think they lost maybe to Shakopee this year. No. Eastview. They lost 21-17 to Eastview week 1. Then it looks like they lost 21-14 to St. Michael Albertville, and they play Eden Prairie tonight. Granted, both of those teams, Eastview and St. Michael Albertville, very good teams. Eden Prairie up 19-0. Check that. Eden Prairie a final 19-0. So just like the Woodbury Royals, the Minnetonka Skippers are 0-3, and the exact opposite of that is your Mounds View Mustangs. As the clock clicks down under 10 seconds, they go to 3-0 on the season. James, your impressions on a fantastic game from Woodbury Stadium.
I mean, what better could we ask for? We're coming into this game maybe with like humble optimism, but we weren't like expecting it to be like this. I mean, Mounds View is a really good football team, especially on the defensive end. And Woodbury obviously has had a history of great football teams. So the way we were able to punch them in the mouth, similar to Burnsville or White Bear Lake, huge win for Mounds View and their confidence, and I'm excited to see us against Minnetonka next week.
You know, James, I really love how you described that on our humble optimism that came in. We knew there was potential, but we really wanted to find out what our Mustangs were made of this year. And you may have heard us say it the first time tonight, but we've known all season. We have a very special football team this year with this senior group of Mounds View. And we have a very special season ahead, and I'm excited to see how it's going to play out.
Huge shout out to the players, huge shout out to the coaches. This is an exciting win and a very exciting start to the season. Congratulations to a very hard-working staff and a very hard-working team. I am super impressed with what these kids are accomplishing, and I'm very excited to see where this season goes. From Woodbury Stadium, my name's Rob Leitz. For James Adams and Taylor Swanson, thank you so much for joining us. Go Mustangs!